Might want to turn the mic on first. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. No Instagram tonight because I'm trying out something else. But yeah, I let me switch that over. Is that on me? So yeah, that's there. That's not what I'm looking for though. This is so. I did not plan on starting today like this. That camera battery is gonna die at some point in time. I swap it. Y'all didn't need to know that. I want to talk about the Pelicans. Me and the Pelicans have been beefing lately, and it's not like I dislike my team or whatnot. That is not the case at all. I was just kind of fed up with New Orleans sports. Not fed up, but I'm just tired of the same old, same old. Yeah, I'm just tired of it. It's like you get your hopes up, you see the true potential of your teams, and then we get right around time to playoff time, and we're either barely making it or or barely making it or not making it at all. So with that being the case, I mean we just seen it with the Saints and the that's not that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, I said uh sorry guys, 'cause I gotta send this link out real quick. That's the only thing that's okay. We either barely making it or not making it at all. We just seen it with the Saints. The Pelicans have been a perennial play-in team, and when it comes to the play-in, you may make it, you may not make it. So, as a fan, I have recognized patterns in my team. I have recognized the fact that in the first half, we tend to either definitely this year we have been blowing teams out in the first half. Blow teams out in the first half, going to the halftime with a lead, 20 point lead, 25-point lead, come out and wind up losing by two. And it's like, how? And that's something that has continuously happened since I've been a Pelican New Orleans Hornet fan. It's just that you're right there and you know that the team is better than what the nation thinks. And it's like we use these opportunities when we get on the national stage to be trash. And so the in season tournament really put a bad taste in my mouth. To get beat like that by 40 plus points did not sit right with me, especially when you have dominated on the way up to get on the national stage and do that. It really didn't sit right with me. Uh, and like a week or two later, we ended up playing the Lakers again and dominated them. But it didn't mean anything to me. I'm like, it don't matter now. But we have been on a nice little run since the in season tournament. But I have not said anything. Today is the day that I'm going to break my silence concerning the New Orleans Pelicans. They have been doing amazing. Today would have been one of those games in which they score 46 points in Golden State in the first quarter. That's crazy. But coming out of halftime is one of those situations in which I said, you get up big, you go into halftime with a lead, you come out and find a way to lose the lead. That didn't happen today. Coming out of halftime, we were 73-60, up 13 points. Wind up winning by, let's see. Y'all excuse me 1 second. I'm gonna get this ready though. We're on the Pelicans page. Give me 1 second. Swap out this camera battery. Something I should have did before I started. Okay. So just go by some of the stuff that we talked about. So where is that post? So here we are. 46 points in the first quarter, 9 threes, which just me knowing my team. We are hit or miss with 3-point shooting. We're good when we're good. When we're not, we're not. So yeah, we are hit or miss. But today we were hit against a team where you want to be hit against. Is that? Let's see what's going on here. Okay then, Hawk. But yeah, we're not talking about that. Where are we at? 141-105. So to be up 13 and come up and get out big, that is what's necessary. There are a couple of things that I've seen on this run that I cannot lie, I have been excited to see. I think last week we played in Brooklyn one night, then turned around. No, we played in Detroit one night and then turned around to go to Brooklyn the next day, if I'm not mistaken. So a back to back. And what you want to see in a back to back is for you to get up on that first game and don't play around. Like have that first game decided by the third quarter, so you can rest your guys at the end of the third, end of the fourth. They did that. Then turn around and the next night win in dominating fashion. It's like, okay, I'm rocking with this. I'm starting to see good habits in the team, because once you see these good habits in the team, you know that not only are you looking to be playing in the playoffs, you're looking to be winning in the playoffs. In these moments in which you could have these losable moments, you can't. In the season, you have to take them serious. So this was set up to be one of those games in which was definitely losable. So to see this Warriors team, even though they may not be doing the best right now, this Warriors team in the last 10 years, this is probably the team in the NBA. And since 2014, so 10 years, yeah. And we just handed them their worst loss in the Steve Kerr era in that arena. That's something serious. Like, so I can't no longer sit on the sidelines and say, I want to see this from my team before I can take them serious. I think last year, and one of the things that built that started this last year, we literally had like a 10-game winning streak, everything looking good. We number one in the West, and immediately after that, right when I started to talk my talk. So I'm actually even scared to talk my talk right now. Um, Immediately we end up going on like a 10-game losing streak. So you go from being one in the West to right back to play-in status. So I just wanted to start tonight off by saying that I am proud of my New Orleans Pelicans. I see y'all, and I hope that I don't believe in jinxing and stuff like that, but I hope it just is. That's just how it works. Sometimes I open my big mouth, and then something happens. But even the one thing that would normally happen that would kill us is losing Zion. And even let's where is it? Play of the game with 19 points. Like I think today was Zion's first game back. We've been losing we've been missing Zion for like 2 or 3 games. So with that being the case, like we have been winning games in dominating fashion without Zion, which makes me feel a lot more comfortable as a fan to know that if he goes down, we are still gonna compete at a high level. And so yes, I am proud of these boys. Um, and hopefully what normally happens doesn't happen when I open my big mouth. But anywho, from there we are going to move on. I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, we're gonna move on. I would like to do something that I probably shouldn't do, and that is, let's see, make sure I'm right with what's next on the docket. So I've been seeing something, and it's I've had my thoughts on Trump in the past. I've had my thoughts on Biden in the past, and I don't like either one of them. Anytime I get to speaking on either one of them, I'm gonna make somebody mad, and I really don't care. But I want to say something that I've probably said a million and one times. So I want to reiterate something by saying that Trump's followers have such a strong level of delusion. It is, it's something else. So other day I'm on my way home, and normally you see your bumper stickers, you see your flags, but I seen someone that had the vinyl stickers on their back glass windshield on the back of an SUV. So on the back of an SUV, I see this, and it says Trump 2024. Um, it says something else. I can't remember what it said in the middle, but the last thing is what stuck out to me. It said the revenge tour. And it just occurred to me like the revenge tour. We're not talking wrestling. We're not talking sports. We're talking about the country. We're talking about our lives. We're not talking about a sector of people in the country. We're talking about the person that literally is, I hate using this term, but the leader of the free world. And you say, this is the revenge tour. And you mean it. You don't see a problem with that. And that's why I say that strong level of delusion. And that was 2 days ago. Yesterday, I'm somewhere in the place where I'm at. This individual has it on MSNBC. And they're covering the Iowa caucus. And they're talking to Trump supporters. And you literally have this lady say that Jesus is my Lord and Savior, and I believe that he died for my sins. And in a way, I feel as if Trump is just like Jesus because he's willing to go in and fight on my behalf against a government. I forgot exactly what she said. I don't care what she said past that. It's like, you just said that this is what came out of your mouth. You said that Jesus is your Lord and Savior and that you believe that he died for your sins. Jesus. Then you turn around in the next breath and put Trump on the same pedestal as Jesus. And I don't know what Bible y'all read. And I don't know, what religions you subscribe to. I'm not here to debate that. I'm saying if you believe what I believe, then to turn around and put a man on the same level as God when the Bible clearly tells us that you should not do this, that's a problem. So just to see that level of delusion amongst his supporters. But I didn't even come here to talk about Biden, but y'all delusional too. And just like 4 years ago, we find ourselves in a situation that we are literally lose lose. Catch 22. There's no win in this situation if Biden is over here and Trump is over here. First of all, both of them are 111 years old. And just me, anybody can pass at any moment. But I just have a issue with people when you have politicians who are old as all get out, making decisions about a world that they may possibly not be in the next couple of months, years, days, hours. I don't like that. So, man, we in a pickle. We are in a pickle, man. This and other people don't see it. A lot of people just sit up there and they'll take the extreme opposite and say that we gotta vote for Trump to get Biden out of there. We gotta vote for Biden to prevent Trump from getting in there. And I just feel like we need a clean slate. But anywho, who cares about what I have to say? Literally. Anywho. Next, I'm gonna leave that alone. Uh, Next on my docket is I was passing by. I don't know this rapper. Uh, I don't know a lot of these new little rappers. I know this man from who he's in relation with, but I came across something on social media that stuck out to me, and that's DDG. So, like I said, I'm not familiar with him, but he's dating Halle Bailey, and they recently just welcomed in a new addition to their young family. I would say congratulations, but 9 times out of 10, neither one of them are going to see this. But he said something. I forgot where I saw it at. I don't know if it was on social media or whatever the case, but it was a quote of him saying that it is cool to be in this position as a father and finally be able to share it with the world. And that it stood out to me because I've seen just on social media, you don't have to know who she is, who he is, and you have come across it at some point in time, people talking about the fact that she's pregnant, she's hiding it, or whatever the case is. At the premiere of what's that, Little Mermaid, she's wearing something to hide the baby, and all of these different things, and it just brought something out because me and my wife are private when it comes to our children. And I know a lot of people may not understand that. I know a lot of people may talk about things in their circle and say that, why when they post their kids, they don't post their faces. It's our business and it's our decision as parents to, if we don't decide to, don't do that. Like, people make things normal because it's what everybody does. And then when somebody else decides not to do that and be private, then they're crazy just because everybody don't want to share their lives with you. One of the best things that I ever heard, and people criticized it because it's coming out the heels of a beef with Pusha T. But when Drake said, I wasn't hiding the world. No, I wasn't hiding my kid from the world. I was hiding the world from my kid. Like, I didn't even have kids, but I felt that in that moment because when you recognize what parenting is, and when you recognize what these little individuals that you are going to have on molding, I want to keep them away from this as long as possible because the internet and social media can be a great place, but more often than none, it is not. It's a horrible place. You have so many people who are willing to do and say stuff that they don't do in reality. This is fake. And you have a lot of fake people participating in the fakeness. So when it comes to it, like, I'm not mad. I was doing some other research, and looking at the reason why they said that they were private concern, and they basically just reiterated everything that I just said and saying that people are weird. 100% agree with that. So I just wanted to talk about that because I thought that it was cool, even though I don't know of the young man and her for the. I mean, I just know of Chloe and Haley from when they were young and knew that she was Little Mermaid and all that stuff. But anywho, moving along. Oh man, I was supposed to talk about this second. Another thing that I think is crazy on the internet. Nick Saban retired today. Kind of caught a lot of us off guard. Man, I feel bad for y'all Bama fans. Uh, Hey, it's about to be some dark times over there. Well, I mean, depending on, if y'all pick somebody up, but I mean, it already was looking dark from what y'all was looking to, from where y'all were. But anywho, I've just seen a lot of people laughing and and speaking negatively about him, and it's like, bro, do y'all? I don't think that people. I think a lot of times we're so quick to hate, and when we're living in the present because of our hatred, and our hatred normally stems from our own loyalty towards our own teams. I don't think that we recognize greatness, and I don't think that we should be. Probably gonna have to cut this short because I think I hit my son. But when it comes to these things, we have to recognize greatness, and I don't think that this is the time to ridicule Bama and to speak negatively on Nick Saban, but to kind of look back on his career and just kind of applaud him for the things that he has done in his career and what he has meant to college football. Now, at a later date, we can have a conversation about how when the NIL money came in there and kind of even the playing fields a little bit, then you picked a mighty convenient time to get up out of there. But we ain't here to talk about that. We're here to talk about his legacy. And I mean, I kind of hate it. I was kind of pulling for him to get one more and eclipse Bear. think it would have been a cool thing to see because, like I said, I when I was younger, I did hate a lot of things. Like coming into Kobe's career, I hated Kobe, but I'm glad that I switched at some point in time and recognized and respected the man, what a player that he was. And I'm glad I did the same thing for LeBron too. Regardless of your allegiance to your own team, I don't think that it's a problem to be able to recognize when you are witnessing greatness. So yeah, hats off to Saban. A lot of times these coaches coach all the way up into death, and I don't think that's cool. I think we work our whole lives, and I don't think that right when it. I don't think that death should retire us. I think that we should retire right off into the sunset and enjoy the fruits of our labor. So yeah, kudos to Nick Saban for being able to go and do that. And so I want to end tonight off talking about something that has changed a lot in the last 24 hours. Bitcoin. Bitcoin, there have been rumors. They've been talking about the spot ETF approvals for a while, and I think that it became real when BlackRock. I want to say BlackRock when they filed for one, and I want to say that BlackRock had like a 96 percentile, 90%, a 96% approval rating for their ETFs. So when you have somebody with numbers that high put one in, it's like, oh, this is serious. So at that moment in time, things got serious and it looked like it was going to be approved. But what I really want to talk about is the tweet, the X, the post, whatever Twitter is now, the SEC. How? So just to let it be known, I want to say yesterday, I think it was about around 2:12, and it lasted for like 4 minutes. There was a tweet that went out and said that Bitcoin ETFs have been approved, and there was a spike in Bitcoin. 4 minutes later, that tweet is deleted. They said that it was fraudulent, and Bitcoin came down. And this morning we got clarity on stuff that was happening. Twitter came out and said that, oh no, this was not a hack. But then you had the SEC say that it is a hack, and they say that they didn't have two-step verification on. And I want y'all to think about that for a moment. Some people may not have two-step verification. Some people may not believe in it, but one of those things, if you want to keep from getting hacked and keep people out of your stuff, two-step verification is one of the safest things that you can do. And that's not even safe because you have some people out there that'll go try to clone your phone and and be able to get access to your two-step verification. But to know that one of the biggest government agencies in the United States, for them to say that they don't have two-step verification on, I'm not buying that at all. I'm not buying that at all. I don't think that it was if anything, instead of it being a breach of their Twitter account, X account, whatever, if anything, what it truly was is they had a drafted post, and knowing that they were going to approve it is internal information. They went ahead and drafted it, but they had the date off once by 1 day. So sent the tweet out yesterday when really it went live today. So today, 11 Bitcoin ETFs went. They're going live tomorrow, but the approval, we know of an approval for 11 of them. don't necessarily know what my thought process is on this. Because you have Bitcoin, which a lot of people say it's decentralized, which it is. But even with it being decentralized, it can be manipulated. Bitcoin can be manipulated. And once you bring it into the security realm, then it definitely can be manipulated. And then the government has more of a say so, because even though they might not be able to speak for all Bitcoin, the Bitcoin that is held under securities, they can speak to. So I don't know how I feel about that, but I do know that it's good, because you have a lot of people on the sidelines with money that they're not putting into cryptocurrency because they don't believe in it. But as you get regulation, then people are they believe in it a little bit more. So you're given more. What's the word? I can't think of the word right now, but you know what I'm trying to say. Bitcoin has a little bit more weight as an investment that you can actually, well, not an investment. It's not an investment, but a lot of people look at it as an investment. So a lot of people feel a little bit more safe putting their money over here, knowing that it's not just some Ponzi scheme because it's regulated. So that's a good thing. I think that money that has been on the sidelines, once you get regulations, and this is the start of some of that, then you have some of that money coming off the sideline. Then you got the average American who has money in their 401k and all of this type of stuff may start to put money in these ETFs, and the people who were there first are going to benefit from it, whether they choose to sell or whether they choose to keep it. So, and on top of that, you have a Bitcoin halving this year. So, Bitcoin, yeah, it's gonna go up. But one of the things that I will say to be careful, I know it's a lot of people out there who, and I meant to put this on social media probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I heard somebody say that if you got money, put it into Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the truth. Bitcoin is where it's at. Don't let anybody lie to you and say to put your money into Bitcoin. Bitcoin was the first, and it's the big brother on the block. But if you, and this is not investment, in I'm not a financial advisor or anything of that nature. I'm just giving you the knowledge that I have come across. If you are new to the space, don't put your money in Bitcoin. I mean, you can have some exposure to it, but I want this to I want you to think about this. As of yesterday, Bitcoin was around 47,000. So if you put your money into Bitcoin, and I may be a little bit wrong on the math. If I am, forgive me. But still, if you put your money into Bitcoin at $47,000, then Bitcoin, if you, let's just say $100, if you put $100 into Bitcoin while Bitcoin is $47,000, Bitcoin has to go to $94,000 in order for you to make $100. And I do believe that Bitcoin, most likely, with the halving, with more regulation and what's the word? I guess you can just say acceptance, for lack of better words, of Bitcoin. I do believe that Bitcoin probably will touch $100,000 by the end of the year. But it's a percentage game. So if you're looking for it to go up 100% and you put $100 in order for you to go up 100% and make $200, then you're looking at $94,000. When Ethereum, last I checked, Ethereum was around $2,000, and I think they said it's been on a tear since this information. Why would you put? There are other cryptocurrencies that have just as much weight as Bitcoin. If you know, good projects out there. There's a lot of crap out there, but you got good projects out there. And I went to the second safest, which is ETH. So if you had put that same $100 into ETH at $2,000, ETH only has to go up to $4,000 in order for you to make for you to double your money. So it makes more sense to put it into ETH. Now, when you start, it's you can make better money out there with other cryptocurrencies. I don't recommend that though. If you want to play it safe, it's all about your. I mean, you can go put your life savings in the Dogecoin. I wouldn't, but I mean, if it goes up, then it's gonna go real stupid. But the thing is that you gotta assess your risk, and you don't want to put all of all of everything into this thing that is a chance. When it comes to Ethereum, Ethereum holds just as much weight in the cryptocurrency community as Bitcoin, and really is more beloved in some people's eyes. So be careful with that. Be careful with what you hear other people say, because I know it's going to be a lot of new people that run into the space. When it comes to anything, do your own due diligence. As a callback, people are weird. Don't just listen to them, because there's a lot of people out there that want you to put your money into their crap because they got stuck holding the bags, and they want you to come in and put your money on there so you can become the bag holder and they can get out to play. So yeah, do your own due diligence when it comes to anything. I just want people to be careful with the Bitcoin, because at the end of the day, you want to maximize your earning potential. And at this point in time, like earlier this year, at when Bitcoin was what, I think it got all the way down to like $16,000. When it was down there, yeah, it would have made more sense to do that, because you're playing a pure numbers game. If it's $16,000, 32, you doubled your money. We already there. But you're kind of late in the game when people in crypto already know the play. When you have a Bitcoin halving, it's gonna go up. So on top of that, more acceptance on a government level, it's gonna go up even more. So, yeah, I spent more time talking about that than I wanted to. I know that's the boring stuff. So, yeah, I actually planned on being here a lot earlier, but then I ended up falling asleep, putting my son to bed, and then once I got out of the bed, putting him to bed, then he woke up. So, that made things a little bit more difficult. But I'm actually here trying this new thing out, because I was running a free trial with, what's that other one, Ecamm. So I normally use StreamYard, but I was running a free trial with Ecamm, and I seen this EV Mux, whatever the case is, but it allows you to, so it allows you to do more than the free version of StreamYard, and this is free, so I can go to two places, which with Ecamm you can go to three places, but I'm using a free trial with that, and I don't want to pay. So I think I'm gonna do this EV Mugs, even though I don't like that watermark. I really don't care, because I can get two destinations, and I don't need three. I don't need Instagram. That's too much to when I like the landscape. So if my other two are running their landscape to try to keep myself in portrait for the Instagram, and when like yesterday I ran show videos or whatnot, and if I'm doing that, I can't worry about that content being in that portrait mode. So it would be different if it took it and put it in portrait mode with the I forgot what they call it, but with the black lines and just squeezing that landscape into portrait, that'll be different. But I don't want to have to worry about two different. I don't want to have to worry about portrait and landscape. That's too much. So I was trying this out. So, but yeah, that was probably loud. Uh, I don't know. I've been live the last 3 nights doing some stuff. I don't know that I'm gonna be live tomorrow or the next day, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I know I'll most definitely be live this weekend though. I'll be live this weekend because I have a 3-day weekend. Do it? Yeah. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow and see if I feel compelled to go come on here and talk about some things. Um, I know at one point, whenever I can specifically have a time opposed to me jumping in here when whatever time I have available, I would like to be able to bring some people in here, get some guests in here. Even if it's not me getting one of my friends in here, if it's me, I'm talking about something, somebody's in here commenting, and then I turn around and choose to add them. Um, so I know that's something that I definitely want to do by the end of this week. So yeah, if you are interested in going live with me, message me. We can build out a docket and see what's up. I'm just that don't show here, but it shows on there. That's weird. But yeah, I'm interested in that, and I'm just trying to work myself back into work myself back into shape, not with content, but just being able to speak in front of the camera. Um, and really, this is something that I've done, but I never really did because back when I was podcasting, I always had other mics. It's weird, just you conversing and you talking to a camera, especially when you don't have any engagement. Normally, I have like the last, especially on. It's weird when I actually have stuff planned out. Nobody is in here because the other day I had people in here and I wasn't doing nothing but testing. So I'm literally in here just looking at mics and not mics, but looking at Ecamm and figuring Ecamm out and just conversing to people that popped up, but didn't give any of my thoughts. It was literally me just trying to figure stuff out. So that was 100% boring. Not to say that my thoughts are not boring, but yeah, like that's weird. Today that I was a little bit more prepared than I was yesterday. Yesterday I was prepared and I wanted to talk about a bunch of stuff, and it just yeah, I was sleepy because one child didn't want to let me come in here today, and the other child most definitely didn't want to let me come in here yesterday. But anywho, that's a wrap. Y'all have a good night, and I will see you soon.